another week of stuff happening, and I probably look a little bit haunted. I've been feeling a little bit unwell today, and also things have happened this week. Like, it's a lot of minor things, but it just builds up, doesn't it? And it just makes you feel like, what's happening? So I'm here now, and my flatmate just said, "Do you watch something on the TV?" I'm like, "No, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock and it's Friday, and what happens on that day? I come here and I sing a song to nobody. Wait till somebody's coming here to see me, but they don't. There's nobody here. But I carry on anyway, and it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Unless you're watching this at a later date, and it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday. You don't have to wait, you don't have to wait. Hello, one person that is here. Can I guess who you are? I wonder. Is it Philip? Hello, Philip. But it's probably not Philip, so hello, the other person that's here. It says 2 people are here. Are 2 people here? Or is there only me? It's usually only me. But I carry on. I know there's 3 people here. Oh, hello, how are you? I noticed that you said that you bought a bowl, Stephanie, and I'm very, very grateful for that, because I've had a lot of use out of that bowl, Stephanie, and I haven't even had to resort to putting it in it. Rat, just it rhymes. There are no rats in that bowl, but there's been yogurt, and there's been coconut milk, and there's been muesli, and there's been sesame, probably. Have I made hummus? Probably. And I've made lots and lots and lots of bread in that bowl, so I'm very, very, very grateful for that bowl. I should probably send you some money for that bowl, but I don't really have any money at the moment. 2 people and a cat, yes, that's good. Say hello to your cat, I'm sure. Does that cat eat rats? Probably not. I saw a video of somebody bringing up a mouse that had been eaten by a chicken, but not completely. I would have thought that mice are a little bit unhygienic to be bringing up, but this person was happily feeding it and carrying it in its feet. Its feet? No, it's carrying it in its hands. Yeah, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, this person was carrying this tiny mouse in its hands. Hello, evening, Terry. Hello, Keon. Yes, they said that the chicken had eaten the leg, somehow bitten through the legs, and they saved this wild mouse, and they were bringing it up and feeding it with a pipette, and it seemed fine, but I'd be wary, because I know when I lived in Peckham, I had mice scurrying all over my place, and the thing about mice is their bladders they're not really the best controlled bladders in the world. So if you've got a mouse scurrying around your flat or your house, then it tends to just leave a little present for you as you go. What was horrible? The mouse? What was horrible? That song? I'm sorry. That's unfortunate. Anyway, Peckham. Oh yeah, horrible. I was like, what's horrible? Yeah, Peckham wasn't great. I was there for 5 years, and there was things that I went through. Talking of things that I went through, this week has been interesting. It sort of started off right. It was sort of, I got a little bit of work and things were going all right, and I was like, yeah, this can. Valeria, oh my goodness. Well, I don't know whether I can quite get it. But I'll just go through what's happened this week. My contact lens broke in my eye on Friday, so I've had to wear glasses for a couple of days, and I've been feeling really ill the last couple of days apart from that. And also, yes, this morning I don't know how it happened, but I found myself, I was looking at my phone in bed, and I must have sort of like fallen asleep on my phone, and I woke up sometime later, and I don't know whether I'd bitten my lip or I'd sort of squashed it, but it was really painful, and it's sort of swollen on the inside. And then, to top it all, I heard that my mum had to go to hospital with a heart murmur last 2 days, but it turns out that she's actually she's all right now, so it's all good, everything's good. Like Father here, it doesn't always work. All right, let's see. What sort of this is gonna go wrong. Hang on. doesn't really matter if it's in tune. I'm glad she's okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's in tune. I've been trying to get my dad's gift gap phone sorted out, so that was really frustrating, trying to tell him over the phone how to. It didn't work out, so they need things anyway. This is a little tale about. It's usually about a boy and a goat, but this time it's about a mouse. And it's just a sort of mystical. I mean, you'll find it. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll look at that anyway. So this. I mean, it's really difficult to explain Valderia, but we'll just go with it anyway. And you'll just. I mean, if you watch previous videos, you can. I mean, there's quite a lot of videos on YouTube. Valderia. They've got an extensive back catalogue, and as I've said before, they've pretty much influenced everybody in the world from time immemorial, really. I'm trying to get the angle of this right, and it's just not quite, is there? Not quite getting there. Just, it's just on a tripod, and the tripod's gone a little bit wonky, and it's just, oh. My mum said when I was talking to her on the phone, I can see you're ill, you look terrible, so that's good. Oh, yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. And I mean, it's a duo, and it's not going to get the full effect without the whole. Everybody, oh, just getting it back. Get the whole thing. Get my whole effect in here. Yes. Hey. Yes. This is a song about a mouse. Exactly. Not Little Mouse. That's a Robert Popper one. This is a different song altogether. Yes. Man of na hey, na 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 say, na 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 hey, wa na 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 hey. Now the word for mouse, you'll catch it. You'll catch it. You'll pick it up anyway. So yeah, it's evocative, really. And maybe Helga will join us one night. Na na hey, no na hey. Songs actually. Yes, she had lots of red hair. This is a tribute act to her, really. Yeah, yes, it is. Look, then it's a mouse in Welsh, but it's not in Welsh. So obviously, it's in the lost language, because Valderia come from a country that is down under the water. It's very sad, really. So you'll not find it on a map. I mean, if you look on Google Earth really hard, you might see it under the waves, and maybe it appears every now and then. If the tide is very low, and if there's been a bit of a drought, which you wouldn't think would happen with the sea, really, because the sea's fairly much consistently up and down. I think there's probably some sort of volcanic a reason for why it sometimes rises from the sea. Not very often, every couple of hundred years, and it hasn't been there. I mean, they escaped that quite a long time ago. Everyone from the group, because I mean, you've got Holger and you've got Minka, but there were other people that were in offshoots, other things. I mean, Holger was in a previous band before that, so you know, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Yeah. But But they've got quite an extensive back catalogue. If you just look it up online, you'll find loads of it. There's probably enough for a couple of albums worth, really. Well, no, more than that, because they've been going for pretty much forever, from the beginning of time. Yeah, anyway, I don't know whether your friend gets any idea from that what they're about, because they're not one thing, is the thing with Vardaria. But yes, that's the best I could do. You've seen quite a few, exactly, because there's so many of them, really, and they're still to come. Anyway, snacks. You know that I open, he's impressed. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad that we've got him on board with the oeuvre of the Vardaria oeuvre, and you never hear the same song twice. That's the interesting thing. They might sound the same. They might sound remarkably similar to each other, but they're never quite the same for various reasons. I think one of the reasons, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, is they can't actually remember any of the songs. They just appear out of nowhere and then they disappear into the ether. Your ears change. Yes, my ears do definitely change. Yeah, they very much do. Those snacks. You know that I sometimes get mystery boxes and I get lots of snacks. Well, there was a big box of all the snacks that I've had because I haven't got through them. I've had so many mystery boxes. And I've got a lot of chocolates and sweets and various other things. But I managed to fill this whole bottle, this whole thing, with cereal bars of various kinds. And this is just... So I clearly have not... I need to not get any mystery boxes for a while because I have all of these things, like nutty things and all sorts of naked bars and oat bars. I was going to make, because I've been making like little videos on another platform, like all shorts and stuff like that, and I was going to make some sort of granola bars stroke flapjacks. Flapjacks is what they're called in Britain. Granola bars would be an American version of it. But then I realised that I've got quite a lot here that I probably still need to eat. And to make more granola bars, stroke flapjacks, would be probably a bit wasteful. So I've got all these to get through, which I'm never going to get through. So, and I actually wanted to make cake, and I did. I mean, if I'm going to make cake, I'm not sure how to make it, but yes, it's all good, isn't it? Flapjacks. Flapjacks are pancakes in America. I'm aware of that. That's why I'm saying the granola bars, because pancakes in this country are called pancakes, unless you're talking about crempog, which is little tiny pancakes that are like real Welsh pancakes, which are also called drop scones or drop scones or Scotch pancakes, which is all the same thing for little pancakes that you make on a bake stone. Yes, crempog, or also pikelets is another word for them. These are all the same things. They're called pikelets in my part of the country, but crempog in other parts of Wales. But they're all basically what you might call flapjacks. Do you call them? They're not like crepes, which are bigger, but and they're just pancakes, normal pancakes, or also crepes. Yeah, but flapjacks are not. Flapjacks are the same in Britain as you would call a granola bar or a cereal bar of that sort. Yes, crepes are very nice. Now, I can't really... Soca is what I would eat, which is a sort of chickpea version of pancakes, which I made a video of somewhere. But but what I've been the bread that I've been making lately in the bowl that Stephanie very kindly left here is are mainly chickpea based, and so I've made chickpea bread, which is the very same thing as soca that you cook in the oven. It's very nice, and that's what I've been eating every day. But then I have had terrible stomach issues in the last couple of weeks, so I am wondering whether all the weird and stupid food that I'm making based on things that I'm finding in the cupboard are really doing me any good at all, because I've spent most of the day being pretty ill. And it's only about now that I'm feeling a little bit better. And it's nearly the end of the day. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or not, that I'm feeling better. This is it. When I feel bad, I usually feel better about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And then I go to bed again. And then I feel really terrible in the morning. And if, like what's happened the last 2 days, my contact lens breaks. So that's bad because I had to fish it out of my eye. Or I sleep on my phone and mess up my mouth. Then the night's not the best time for me, and the daytime is when I'm feeling ill. So really no time is best for me. Yes, make sure Well, the thing is with getting best before stuff, like all those things in there, the thing is, these are probably okay. I haven't eaten them yet, and they're probably years out of date, but they best before, I think you can, most things are about 2 or 3 years after it says. Chocolate, I think, is 2 or 3 years after the best before date, and more. If it's dark chocolate, you can eat it for years later. Sometimes it gets a bit of a bloom on it, but you just rub it off, you know, the sort of white, chalky stuff. But it's all fine. Yes, you can eat anything. You can eat anything you want. It can be in the cupboard for about 10 years if you're lucky. And especially now when you save money, you can eat anything you want in the cupboard. And everything in the cupboard is edible, even if it's been there, unless it's got green mould on it or blue mould on it or sometimes red mould on it, and then you should probably throw it away. And don't eat rye bread a day or two after you've had it, because you will get very ill, and you might be like that film with Ken Russell and Vanessa Redgrave where she's like this and she's a nun. And don't have rye bread days after you're supposed to, because you will get ergo, or is it ergot poisoning, and it will be like the devil's, and you will run around the town and be very, very strange. So do not get ergo poisoning. Do not eat things that look a little bit mouldy. Do not eat things. If you think they're going a little bit wrong, or if they smell a little bit strong, or if you've eaten them on I was going to say bong. Yes, don't eat things if you've eaten them on a bong, because you'll probably not feel very well after them. I don't know. Series of discordant half chords for you to end that little song about being a bit careful, because it's not good if you and that's I would say don't eat. And yogurt, that's past. Oh, I've made some yogurt in the I found out that you can put probiotic capsules in coconut milk and make yogurt. Thanks. It was very good advice, I think, wasn't it? Probiotic capsules in coconut milk, and then put it in the airing cupboard, cover it with some cheesecloth, and it should make yogurt in 24 to 48 hours, 28 or 42 hours, I don't even know. But so far, I put it in there and it doesn't seem to have done anything at all. But I'll go and check it. I've done that and it's good. The yogurt, yes, let's see. I mean, I'm going to check on it. So, shall I bring you with me? It might go a bit wrong, but I'm going to bring you with me. Ooh, that was just all... Ah! The spooky face. The spooky lighting face of doom. Ah! Look all red and horrible. And it's dark out here. Ah! So, it's in the airing cupboard. I don't know whether it's going... Because I tried to make it... it's not. It's very, very thin. So, I'm not sure. It's looking a bit scummy. And no, that wasn't good. No, I've spilled some on the floor. All right, well, I'll leave that for a little bit longer, but I think probably it's a little bit runny because it might not have worked properly, but it might. I don't know. But I tried to make yogurt a different way by putting some yogurt in some milk, and that worked. But it took more than 48 hours, and I put it in the fridge, and it sort of solidified after I put it in the fridge. So maybe that'll work. I don't know. Probably not. But I'm a bit worried about that because some probiotics have got things like streptococcus in them. And that's not a great thing to... oh, wow. I've just had a notification that my brother's uploaded a video. I don't know why the notification system thought I needed to know that. He's never watched any of my videos and even told me that he thinks my videos are stupid and I shouldn't be making them. But apparently he's put one up, so go and find that. if you want. Yeah, he does a lot of Twitch streams. But I told him that I did TikTok, and he said, that's for children. Yeah, you're stupid. You do it. Yeah, it's children. I'm like, well, it really depends, because the algorithm that you're on dictates what you get on that place is what you deserve, I think. And the videos that I watch are grown-up videos for grown-up people. And as I said before, I get all the activism and the interesting stuff and the stuff that makes me laugh. But other people might see other things. As somebody said, oh, you're very brave that you haven't like exposed yourself on your video channel, or, you know, a lot of people are doing sexy things to try and get people to watch them. I'm like, I've never seen any of these things. I don't want to see any of these things, but I've never seen any of these alleged things that people do to get views. Yes, my brother doesn't, I mean, I said once that my brother doesn't like me, and my dad said, yes, you're right. So that was fun. I just said it thinking maybe I'm wrong, but my dad said, yes, you're right. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. But I love his children, and I really like his wife, and I suppose I sort of like him too, but he really doesn't seem to like me at all. Or if he does, he's got an interesting way of showing it, but that's all right. And he'll say that, now, why are you talking about me? Well, I've not mentioned him by name, so maybe I've got another brother that I'm not, maybe I've another brother. I could have loads of brothers. Maybe I'm talking about them. I don't think I've got any other brothers. It would be a family scandal if I did have other brothers, but maybe I'm talking about those. No, he's great. He's, you know, I used to try and make him happy when I was a child. Like, I remember buying him some toffee poppets when we went to the cinema, and I was like, hey, and I was like making sure that he was, and I gave him the toffee poppets. He didn't even offer me one of his toffee poppets. It was just, yes, he wasn't even thanking you. So I was like, yes, as if that's what you're for. An older sibling is just there to do things for you, and then no gratitude, no. But if you're an older sibling and you're trying to do nice stuff for your younger sibling, then don't expect gratitude, because, you know, you're not going to get it, and you shouldn't expect it, because you're the caring older sibling that helps them get through life. And if they're not grateful, then tough, because you're just doing your duty. Toffee poppet, not toffee puppet. Poppets, you could also get raisin ones. They're like a bit like soft. They're chocolate. They're like inside out M&Ms, I suppose. They're chocolate with like an inside. They've got toffee inside or raisins inside. They haven't got a hard shell, so they're like naked M&Ms with toffee or I don't know whether you can still get them, but they were just like little chocolate with a filling, really tiny little things. So it's the sort of thing that would be ideal, and you get them in a little box about that big, just enough to have a nice little snack in your cinema. I don't know what we were going to see. Possibly something like I think we saw Back to the Future at that cinema. So it might have been Back to the Future, but don't quote me on that, because I know we also saw Jaws at that cinema when we were both very much younger than we should have been to see Jaws. Like, they used to show double features, and some of the films were like years later. I remember they had like a double feature of a film, and then they usually had a cartoon. This sounds like it's back in the, because I know my father and mother were like, oh, they used to be like a double feature, and we used to have a newsreel and used to have a cartoon. Well, my local cinema, because it was an independent one, used to have the double features to try and attract people to it, because it was like, you know, it's you know, you may as well. It's not even open anymore. It's closed. It's not a local cinema. But this one was really trying. So they usually had sort of like a Disney short or a cartoon, and then they would have a longer Disney film. Like, I remember Candle Shoe with Jodie Foster was one that they showed more than once, and I really liked that one. It was like she's an orphan and she inherits a castle or something, and I'm not sure which. Also, Watcher in the Woods, that was another one. But also, for some reason, at the same time as we were watching these nice children's films, and then there would be a bigger film afterwards. I remember seeing Jaws, and Jaws, yeah, scary for a little child, and my brother was traumatized by that. I remember him when the yes. So Escape from Witch Mountain. I'm not sure I saw that in the cinema. I've seen that on the TV. This, yeah, which reminds me, my mother at some point very recently said, "What's that film? That one. I think it's got Betty Davis in it, and then there's some children, and I'm like, it's Escape from Witch Mountain." She's like, "Witch Mountain?" I'm like, "Yes, Escape from Witch Mountain." She's, "Witch Mountain? Escape from Witch Mountain. That's the name of the Witch Mountain." Yes, Escape from Witch Mountain. Yes, so who's on first? Oh, that would be very exciting. Yeah, my parents said that when they were little children, you could go, the film used to keep on repeating. I mean, very much like they do nowadays with with multiplexes. But then for a while, there's like the independent cinema didn't have showings all throughout the day. They only had the one, well, they had more than one film, but they had them in the evening. So you went to see that, you paid for that. But my parents said that when there was just one big cinema, they used to show the same film over and over again. So they would go in at the end of the film, and then they would watch it all the way through. And then if they felt like watching it again, they would watch it again. And it would keep on watching, keep on repeating. So that would have been fun. I don't think they let you do that in multiplexes. I think they're just like, no, they clean up and they're like, go, leave. They don't even like you to stay till the end credits. Like sometimes I'm sitting there because I want to see the names, because people, I mean, one of the things, if you work in the film industry, you want the respect, that you want people to stay, even if they're not really reading the credits, you want them to stay to the end so they've got the possibility of seeing you worked on that film. And I know that because I've worked in the film industry in a very limited capacity. I know, but on several. I mean, I've worked in the sound department and the lighting department and the showbiz department where I'm actually on screen. Anyway, I've worked in films. Trust me, I have. And so I know that watching it till the end is respectful for the people involved. So I do. Sometimes you're in and you're like watching. Oh, Dirk Flingerpum. Yeah, he was really good at the second grip and in the third. Yeah. Oh, great. Anyway, you go, oh, right. Anyway, the people that are trying to clean up after you are like, there's not a credit sequence. There's not an after credit sequence in this one. You're like, I know, I'm just saying. But you're all, even if it's like a sort of arty independent one, you're always hoping there will be an end credit sequence. There's very rarely is. And then when that little Georgia peach comes at the end, or the American Humane Association, you're like, oh, because you'll know there's not an end sequence. Because as soon as that Georgia peach comes up, which it almost certainly does, because it seems to be that no matter what the film is about, they've filmed it in Georgia, the American state, not the country. I don't know why they filmed. There must be a very good tax breaks. There used to be a good tax breaks for filming in Britain, but they don't seem to get that anymore. So it's usually Australia and Georgia with the little Georgia peach. And you know that as soon as the Georgia peach comes up, no, you will not get any sort of end credit sequence, which is very sad. But just until that comes up, there's always the chance. There's always the minor chance. But usually I'm just staying there to just be respectful. Channel 4 films, yeah. What did you just make up? Sorry. Live chat, top chat, all chat. Yeah, live chat. I don't know where everything's gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. Yes, Channel 4 films. Not really, I just made it up. Oh, you were chased with a mop once. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I still don't feel 100% well, and I've still got a swollen lip from sleeping on my phone. And I've got these contact lenses in, which are daily ones, which I put in just for this, which I probably should take out and rest my weary eyes once again, because I think I got all the contact lens out, but they got the mustard out. But all of it out. That was once more with feelings. If you're wondering what the hell I was talking about, yes. Yeah, Atlanta does a lot of filming probably, but Georgia seems to do a lot. She-Hulk is also filmed in, so that's just disappointing because I know they've got like the little. If you're paying attention to the sketches at the end, you will see some extras, and you're like, oh, haha, that's what happened to that character. Nice one, but they haven't had any sort of like mid or end credit sequences for the last 3 weeks, but they did have some at the beginning, so you're always hoping they're going to have more. But they haven't got any little stingers. It's technical term. They haven't got any, but they still could if they wanted to. They should. And anyway, so that's the end of that. And I will see. And Philip's not here. Philip didn't. Oh, if he catches this later, hello Philip. But he's usually here. But also hello to all the other people that join me afterwards, because I know some people watch this on replay. Thank you very much. I hope I feel better too. And then we'll see you. I'm going to have a nice little rest now and wrap up warm and just like, meh. All right then. Bye bye. See you soon.